Start recording. Right, here I am. There's a few more bits up today, so I'm going to do another one. I did schedule a Zoom meeting, but I had to wait 40 minutes for my mate to turn up, and he couldn't get it working, so I've been fucking about for an hour. So he's got the hump with it, and I haven't. So I'm going to Zoom news now. I've turned Zoom off, so I'm not doing it through that. So I don't need that Zoom screen. I'm just going to get my PC screen on, and we are recording PC screen. That's vital. I'll get that sorted. Right, now I just want to play this couple of minutes because this is ongoing now, and this is building up.
And there was an exercise. Well, then naval deployments this morning, according to the U.S. Naval Institute, the Navy has deployed 3 aircraft carriers plus a landing helicopter dock, LHD, off the U.S. West Coast, and 2 aircraft carriers and their strike groups plus another LHD off the U.S. East Coast. Off the West Coast is the USS Carl Vinson in the Pacific, not at port, along the Oregon-Washington border. Then you have the USS Essex on the right, off the east coast of San Francisco. Let's go through these. The USS Theodore Roosevelt and its strike group off the coast of Los Angeles. Off the east coast are the USS Dwight D. Eisenhower off the coast of Connecticut. Let's go a step further. The USS Gerald R. Ford off the coast of New Jersey. The USS Iwo Jima off the coast of South Carolina. And so here's a map showing the positioning of the ships around the world, just a screenshot there from USNI News. You can see the America LHA-6 is in Sasebo, Japan, Ronald Reagan's in Yokosuka, and you've got the Makin Island, ARG, and Nimitz CSG out there. And so given these new naval developments and the very large sudden movement of troops into Nellis Air Force Base, one gets the impression that the United States is preparing to defend its homeland from actual invasion. And they say, hint, that might actually be the case. Word in intelligence circles says that if the Supreme Court voids any or all of November 3rd election due to the massive fraud and violations of the U.S. Constitution with changes to election laws, the lawless extension of voting for weeks in violation of 3 U.S.C. 1 and 2, the Democrats are planning on asking the United Nations to, and I'm just going to say what they're saying, invade and depose President Trump as a dictator. There's also word within intelligence circles that the states of California, Oregon, and Washington, plus New York, might actually try to secede from the Union if Trump gets 4 more years and may need to be forcefully brought back under U.S. control, the same way renegade southern states were handled back in the 1860s Civil War. Interesting perspective on all of that. Update from 12:03 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Wednesday, 9 December. Attorney Lynn Wood, who is known to be working closely with President Trump concerning the theft of the November 3rd election by crooked Democrats, posted this interesting item on Twitter. Here's Lynn Wood. So there's a guy named Hang Sen. Lynn Wood is responding to him. Pay special attention to the CCP's nuclear submarine. The CCP's nuclear submarine formation will sneak out of the submarine fortresses beneath the man-made islands and reefs of the South China Sea, creep into the mainland America's reach, threatening our national security. Lynn Wood says good advice to keep a very close eye on everything Communist China does over the next several days and weeks. And also very interesting, shared all over the place and trying to confirm if this is true. Went to the Facebook site and on Twitter and found people were posting this. 1st Brigade Combat Team 82nd Airborne Division had a post-final preparations today for Devil Storm, and then 82nd Airborne Division had a storm is coming. And then Monkey Works has been really busy on YouTube and Twitter, and he said another 6 ship heading northeast out over Texas coming out of Nellis, and that's 6 planes in a row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He posted the other day that there were actually, I believe, 12 in a row heading into Nellis, and it was just freaking him out. And it was really cool because I highlighted him the other day, just talking about him, Monkey Works US on YouTube.
Well, don't need to watch any more of that. That is AWK News. I've just played a couple of minutes of them because that extended what I was saying earlier about this troop build-up and mobilisation and the plan that the deep state have, which we've known about for ages. I don't personally see it all going off. I think all this troop build-up is to cover arrests, whatever. I mean, anyone that says we need an arrest, for Christ's sake, arrest someone now. I know we've all been going through it for 8, 9, 10 months. You know, all the troopers have been watching everything that's going on, but we know Christmas is coming. We know the plan. We know what's got to be done. We know when the planets are lining up, and just watching that 3 minutes there, 4 minutes, you can't say nothing's happening, can you? Definitely not. Right, I'm just going to click on that. Stop recording, PC screen. That's what I like. Okay, so we can get rid of that. Let's have a look on Twitter, because a few things have happened. Now, what I did used to do is write a lot of things down here and just chat about it. But I do find it's a lot easier to retweet the stuff that I'm thinking about doing, find it, negotiate it, and I can do it all from here, and all the links or whatever. Breaking, or is it old? Louisiana has just joined Texas in the Supreme Court lawsuit against Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Georgia, and Michigan. This is what's going to happen. I think now there is going to be a lot more states joining Texas. Trump made a tweet earlier today, which is quite substantial. So here we go. Look, it's just a bit of fun. Someone put here the tragedy of 2020. This is the year we learned just how many supposedly educated people with degrees are absolutely fucking clueless about what's actually happening around them, and would more than happily march off a cliff if the media or government told them to. Well, you know, I'm not saying people are stupid or anything like that, but people are highly, highly dependent on what they believe to be true, and it's easier to fool someone than to convince them they've been fooled. So cognitive dissonance, Stockholm syndrome, you know, it all comes into that. And you know, we all believe the TV at one stage, but when you, like I said, I don't want to go into it anymore. When you wake up to it, it's you can just see straight through the lies all day, every day. The more I know about Bill Gates, the more it makes sense that he wanted Steve Jobs out of the way. Now, you make what of that you will, but that sounds nothing too out of the ordinary, that, for what we know these people to be like. Justin, YouTube says, this was 3 hours ago, YouTube says it will start removing any piece of content uploaded today or any time after that misleads people by alleging that widespread fraud or errors changed the outcome of the 2020 US presidential election. So, when I upload this Stu's News, afterwards, will they bar it? Now, I've had 2 of my videos, Stu's News, removed off YouTube. One was number 12, one was number 42, I think. Now, number 42, it's really a shame, really, because I put this video at the end. The 2020, the Ultimate Red Pill, English version, by Jesse Perez Casanova. It is 11 minutes 31 long, and I was going to play it at the end of this Stu's News, but because of this YouTube shit, I'm not going to, because I don't want to. The only 2 videos I've put it in be removed. So I urge you to go and find that. That is a stunning 11 minutes. Right, stock markets at new all-time highs. It absolutely cracks me up that Trump is just tweeting things like that. Like there's not a care in the world. You know, he knows what he's doing. He's playing 5D chess, and he's pretty darn good at it. But yeah, just whacking that in. Now, close your ears if you've got children about, but I like Tina.
So I'm in the Palisades Mall right now, and it is sad. Stores closed. It's a disgrace what they did to these businesses. Palisades Mall, one of the biggest fucking malls around, and the stores are closed. Look at that. Closed. It's dead. It's empty. It's a fucking disgrace. You should all be ashamed of yourselves, you fucking politicians, you commie cunt Cuomo. How what you're doing to all these businesses, Congress, all of you, Pelosi, all of you. Shame on you, motherfuckers. We're gonna come for every single one of yous. Watch. Once New York lawsuit pops off, you're gonna be sued all over the place. And good, because you deserve it. Look at these stores. Closed. Everywhere. Fuck you. So
This is why Walmart and big places are starting open, and they're trying to shut down all small businesses, because they own the big places and they want to break the economy, don't they? So they can bring in their great reset. Well, fucking jog on. How many conspiracies before it becomes mathematically impossible? Exactly. Here's a great little bit here. Vincent Kennedy.
Go back to the 1950s, for example. America paid the highest wages in the world, much higher than we do today. Yet we produced the cheapest stuff. Our products cost less than products produced anywhere else in the world, and so we sold them all around the world. Why? How was it that we could pay the highest wages but produce the lowest cost stuff? It was because we had more capital. We had more capital because we had lower taxes and fewer regulations. So we gave our workers tools and machines to make them more productive. We don't have that anymore. We are not as productive as other countries. That is the problem. But you have to ask yourselves why. How did we have such a huge lead, and how did we blow it? What did we do wrong? And what we did wrong was more government, more rules, more regulations, more taxes that made us less competitive. That's why the jobs are gone.
Yeah, it is, and it's not just that as well. It's because Bill Clinton sold everything to China, didn't he? Or gave, you know, because they are. We're finding out more and more every single day how many people are owned by China, and it ain't just in the States; it's global. So, you know, I'm pretty sure when Trump went round the world in 2017. We've got a lot of friendlies in China, and there is China's fighting their own deep state, and you know, this plan, this agreement, these countries that are working together, they've all got rogue elements. So, you know, I'm not worried about China. I'm just very interested to see what goes on at the moment. Ron, Code Monkey Z, this is he's the guy that runs 4chan, I believe. On the July the 12th, 2019, Georgia Governor Kemp met Houston Consul General Lee Qiangmin at rumoured Chinese spies held consulate in Houston. On the 29th of 2019 of July, Georgia signs a contract for Dominion voting machines statewide. Coincidence? Definitely not a coincidence. And this is Governor Kemp, isn't it? And Raffenberg from Georgia. I love Kirsten W. I think she's a beaut. She cracks me up. And whenever I say Georgia, it's in your honour. Definitely. Keep up the good work. Randy Quaid, the chances of Biden winning all swing states is 1,000 million billion trillion, 1 quadrillion to the 4th power. That's a quadrillion times a quadrillion times a quadrillion times a quadrillion to 1. The figures don't lie, Trump won. Now, just making 1,000, a million, a billion, a trillion, I think that's a quadrillion. Yeah. If my ones and noughts don't tell me right. Now, I just want to open that up because this is something I screenshotted earlier. Just in, Pennsylvania has filed its brief requested by Alito, that's Judge Alito, to the Supreme Court. They basically urged the courts not to open Pandora's box, even if federal laws of the US Constitution have been violated. So, this is a deep state run, cheating, fraudulent, election rigging state telling the Supreme Court, right, requested by Alito, one of the good guys, please don't, because if you do this, we're all fucked. I think that's basically what it says, because once you open the door to one of them, it's game over for the rest. Preliminary statement. Petitioners asked the court to undertake one of the most dramatic, disruptive invocations of judicial power in the history of the Republic. No court has ever issued an order nullifying a governor's certification of a presidential election results, and for good reason. Once the door is open to judicial invalidation of presidential election results, it will be awfully hard to close that door again. The loss of public trust in our constitutional order resulting from the exercise of this kind of judicial power would be incalculable. Blah 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 at the end. So they are panicking, big style. They know the game's up. I'm not sure that any one of them really believes, from what I've seen now, that they can get themselves out of this. I mean, Biden's disappeared, Harris is nowhere to be seen. Well, we probably know where they are. The owners and the directors of Dominion are on the run. So the small fry that is left, like the woman that you were seeing yesterday, that the body language ghost did one on, she was crapping them. What I'm going to do after this, I'm going to find the video of her from the other side, where you can see her eyes when it's that video of them unpacking them suitcases from under that table and taking the ballots out. She is shitting them, big style. Good serpent. As the Chamber of Commerce would say, there are just some jobs that Americans won't do. Now this woman's coming into the fray a lot, and that's Eric Swalwell. This is just basically more. This is, what's this called? A honeypot, isn't it? Honeypot spy, goes around chatting people up, sleeping with people for secrets. She's coming to the fray. Can't think of her name. Don't know what her name is. But anyway, it's just more and more and more showing how people are tied to China. Another activist, Obama judge. This is obviously one of the judges that Obama put in that Trump hasn't got out yet. Absolutely corrupt, like Emmett Sullivan, that with this Flynn court case, she has basically said, let me just open this up quickly. I don't need to go into it. Obama judge in Michigan labels Sidney Powell's case of voting irregularities. Now Sidney Powell's turned up, put this in front of her. Hundreds and thousands of sworn affidavits, video, testimonies, all sorts of stuff. And this judge has said it's an amalgamation of theories, conjecture, and speculation. I don't need to go into that anymore. You can see exactly what's going on. This is a little 3 minutes of Trump. This is from the
next administration will be the one ultimately.
This is from the COVID-19 summit he did yesterday. Obviously, one of the deep state serpent reporters is asking him about the Biden team, but yeah, this is good from Trump.
The next administration will be the one ultimately that implements a lot of the distribution of this vaccine and will oversee much of the future of the way Operation Warp Speed goes forward. Why not include members of the Biden transition team as part of this summit that you're hosting today?
Well, we're going to have to see who the next administration is, because we won in the swing states, and there was terrible things that went on. So we're going to have to see who the next administration is. But whichever the next administration is will really benefit by what we've been able to do with this incredible science, the doctors, all of the people that came up, the lab technicians. The work that's been done is incredible. And it will be incredible for the next administration. And hopefully the next administration will be the Trump administration, because you can't steal hundreds of thousands of votes. You can't have fraud and deception and all of the things that they did and then slightly win a swing state. And you just have to look at the numbers, look at what's been on tape, look at all the corruption, and we'll see. You can't win an election like that. So hopefully the next administration will be the Trump administration, a continuation, which has led us to the highest stock markets we've ever had, the best employment numbers we've ever had, a rebuilt military. If you look at the tax reductions are the greatest in history. The regulation reductions, the greatest in history. It leads us to Space Force, which nobody thought was possible. All of the things we've done, and we were rewarded with a victory. Now let's see whether or not somebody has the courage, whether it's a legislator or legislatures, or whether it's a justice of the Supreme Court or a number of justices of the Supreme Court. Let's see if they have the courage to do what everybody in this country knows is right. I received almost 75 million votes, the highest number of votes in the history of our country for a sitting president. 12 million more than the 63 million we received 4 years ago. President Obama received 3 million less in his second term, and he won easily. I received 12 million more, which, by the way, is a record. 12 million more. And they say that when the numbers came out, and the numbers came through machines, and all of those ballots were taken away and added, all you have to do is turn on your local television set, and you'll see what happened. With thousands of ballots coming out from under tables, with all of the terrible things you saw, all you have to do is take a look. And if somebody has the courage, I know who the next administration will be. And I'll tell you what, life will be much easier for this country because of what we've done right now. And because of a lot of the people in this room, the job you've done on the vaccine, together with a lot of others, has been a modern day miracle. And it's really been acknowledged as such. And I want to thank you. I want to give you my love. And I want to give you my thanks, because you're very special people. And now, good luck. You distribute that, General, and really set records, okay? Set records just like we've been doing for 4 years.
When he said that yesterday, now, General, you distribute that vaccine. That, to me, what I spoke about earlier, was that's game on. The storm is coming. Here we go. To me. Now, in that, he talks about, will we have someone, that has the courage and stuff? Well, we're seeing this because we've got Texas and Louisiana now stood up to these other states. You've also had the guy that was in Stu's News this morning standing up and speaking out against it. He was a guy that chatted for about 4 minutes. I can't remember his name. This is happening. This is great. I've posted this before, but I haven't put it in Stu's News. It must be hidden somewhere when I went down the feed. This is really good.
Hey, someone said you needed a friend today. Someone said that you were down, but you were not out. Someone said that I need to come and speak to you and tell you that you're still in the fight and there's a battle. I'm supposed to come and help you fight, so I wanted to tell you to get up. I want to tell you to stand. Come on, put your gear on. We still have a fight to win. I want to tell you that you're in a battle for your life right now, and I want to tell you I got your back. I have your six, and as long as I'm here, you're not fighting alone. I want you to tell you, come on, walk with me. Even if you got to lean on my shoulder, I'll tell you I got you. I want you to keep firing your weapon. I want you to keep shooting, and I want you to stay in the fight, because I need you, and I won't leave you. I'm going to be by your side the whole time. I'm going to be fighting. I'm going to be doing left for you. I'm going to be fighting with you. I'm going to be there the whole time, and I ask that you just stay with me. So get up, and let's go. Hey.
I'll get up. Booyah. Be safe out there. Now, this is what Lee Dundas was saying in the clip I posted in the news this morning, how Republicans have blocked the inaugural committee recognising Sniffer Boy as president. And this was Mitch McConnell, I can't think of his name. Anyway, oh, you don't need to know that. Anyway, this is what Lee Dundas was talking about. If you haven't watched Stu's News from this morning, you can watch it after this. MSN needs to be held accountable. Well, they are going to be. This is what's going on now. This is not about another 4-year election. This is not about let's arrest them all. Arrest Hollywood and a few of the Hillary Clinton and Obama and that. It's taking them all down. The media, suppression of hydroxychloroquine was a crime against the people of the planet. Thousands died in what is actually murder by fake news. Fucking booyah. Exactly that. You remember previously, this is, I can't remember how many months back, when all the doctors came out and started speaking on Capitol Hill about the benefits and efficiency and all the studies about hydroxychloroquine. The media was on it immediately, wasn't it? Trump mentioned it early on. I mentioned it early on. As soon as Trump mentioned it, I was telling people were telling me, and we just saw it being suppressed. I showed you the thing about the bloke this morning, didn't I? 2-minute speech about scars on the heart, and you know how it's, and well, I've made my own, and I feel better than ever. And I'll tell you something as well. This is why bit bunged up, but when I used to be bunged up, I couldn't breathe. So I can't remember what I was going to say then. We'll just crack on. Now, this is how how the mainstream media and Hollywood and these, you know, big singers, all these Illuminati rituals and us, this is just how they put the if you haven't seen it, go and look at the 2012 London Olympics opening ceremony and to what is going on now, and tell me they haven't planned this. Well, we know how long they've planned it for. They know the planets are lining up, and they've been for hundreds of years, so they know these dates. You know, it doesn't matter how long it takes them to plan it. So yeah, I mean, look at this. This is just, watch what we do. We are your mouthpiece. Do as we say.
Roll up your sleeves, Hollywood, because you're all getting flu shots. You know you wore a sleeveless gown for a reason.
Hey, shot. Excuse me, ma'am. You're definitely going to want to get the phone.
These nurses are all like, so roll up your sleeves, Hollywood.
Fuck off. Are you having a laugh? I just got it. Is that geezer there from Yeah. Toodaloo, motherfucker! Yeah. I've got a great video on my Facebook for that on the building site. If you want it, ask me and I'll show it to you. Oh no, I haven't. That was on my old Facebook. If you want it, ask me. I'll try and find it. Yeah, these serpents. What was in there? It definitely wasn't anything Bill Gates or anything like that. That would have been saline nothingness, still got the cap on it, or adrenochrome. Nothing more, nothing less. Now, breaking out the scope tonight, Saturn and Jupiter. A quick look at that. That is impressive. You know, I've looked in the sky loads of times. I'm not an astronomer. I haven't got a massive telescope. But it will be impressive. If it's not, we are in the UK, cloudy. To sort of see these lining up, I might start looking out the window. Someone needs to tell me which direction to look. Would be helpful. Storm is coming. Oh right, okay, that's why I posted that video, because I tweeted that. You saw that at the start. Donald Trump tweeted, right, okay, so this bloke talks about this. Bella Red said, breaking, big tweet from Donald, but I just tweeted it anyway. We will be intervening in the Texas, plus many other states, case. This is the big one. Our country needs a victory. Now, we will be intervening. Does that mean the military? I would imagine so. Now, we know that Trump knows, and they know, and Flynn knows, and Sidney Powell knows what's going down. And when they say in this 17 plan there's only 10 people that know the full picture, I'd say those three are three of them, without a shadow, really. So this is big. You know, we've said it. We know what's going on. We know the military's being positioned, troops are being dropped off everywhere. And that's, you know, talk with YouTube going down earlier. I would be very happy if I, well, when I turn on my TV, there's only ever animal programs on it, but every time I turn the telly on, I'm hoping it won't go on, and there'll be emergency broadcast or something like that. So we wait, don't we? So if my YouTube does go down, by the way, anytime soon, I will spend the whole of the next day, or if they censor any more of my videos, YouTube, I will spend the whole of the next day uploading all 55, or however many there are, onto BitChute, and YouTube can fucking jog on. There we go. Right, if you told me a decade ago that a businessman, a few lawyers, a bunch of frogs and a letter of the alphabet would take down the globalists, I would have passed out from laughing so hard. Yet here we are. God certainly works in mysterious ways. We don't need to look at any more of that. 2 NHS staff suffer reaction to vaccine on the first day of rollout. Now, there's so much information coming in about this being bollocks. 2 NHS members have received the Pfizer BioNTech vaccine on Tuesday. What is today? It's Wednesday. It was yesterday. On the first day of the mass vaccination programme, suffered an allergic reaction. NHS is concerned. Listen, if you want to go and have the vaccine, go and have it. I'm not telling you anymore. Do what you fucking like. I would much rather you didn't. I love you all. If you're a good person and you're worried, and you haven't got anyone around you informing you of what's going on, it's a real shame. If you're completely enamoured and indebted to what the mainstream media tell you, it's a bloody shame. In an age of information, ignorance is a choice. There is so much information about what it will do to you, and I would even say that the way these people work, you know, I reckon they'd vaccinate the first 10,000 people with saline, right? So, or whatever. So everyone's walking about going, I feel great. And then they'd vaccinate everyone else with something nasty if the deep state was in control. Thankfully, they aren't. Now, I hate these Antifa, BLM sort of videos, these socialist liberals that, and I think this is in Portland, isn't it? This is the autonomous zone. I cannot believe that's still going. How long is that? That's got to be 150 days, isn't it? Something like that. I've no idea. But just listen, bear with me for 26 seconds. Can you imagine living in this lot? Right, you've got the 80 million patriots that are holding hands, singing, laughing, joking, getting behind the president, waving flags, and you've got this lot that are not. Oh, the noise. Fuck mate, how many meltdown videos is there gonna be? Oh dear. That does my head in a bit that people are so delusional as that. Honestly, I can't get my head around it. Now, even this. This is Stu's News a couple of days ago. I showed you this Republican C.A. Johnson, yeah, but what is her name? I can't remember her first name. But this is a direct. This is a Democrat senator of the Michigan House of Representatives threatens Trump supporters. We saw her in the court hearing the other day giving that witness a hard time. That asking her how to spell her name and all that shit. This is demonic, honestly. And even this as well. Look, she's done her video. I mean, I love the numbers 333 because they're angelic. But these lot use them as Masonic and try and flip them to evality. Is that a word of evil? But it's just no coincidence that her video is 33 seconds long, is it? Will I raise your 33 of demonicness and I put my angel 3 in there? Like that. Anyway, listen to this.
So this is just a warning to you Trumpers. Be careful. Walk lightly. We ain't playing with you. Enough of the shenanigans. Enough is enough. And for those of you who are soldiers, you know how to do it. Do it right. Be in order. Make them pay. So this is just a warning.
Yeah, I put my finger up there because I didn't want to look at her when she was saying that. You know, I don't like looking into a demon's eyes. Is it just me? Probably not. No. Scale of 1 to 10. What's this? How long does that go on for? Right, yeah, this is General Flynn. This is him talking about will Trump be re-elected, I think. Who posted that? Oh, it's Randy Quaid.
You know, there's really only one date that really matters right now, and that's the inauguration date. And if you ask Mike Flynn on a scale of 1 to 10 who's going to be the next president, I'll tell you nominee, Donald Trump. You know, there's really...
And you know why he says Donald Trump is going to be the president of the United States next? 10 out of 10 guaranteed. Is because he was probably in one of the 2 rooms with the United States military, watching the election live, watching the cheating live, watching the fraud live. So, there we go. Now, this is great, isn't it? Now, obviously, I always say to people, wait a day or two. It was only yesterday, wasn't it? We've got the same nurse here, injecting these 2. One's in Coventry, one's in Stratford. So, she definitely gets about, this nurse, don't she? Loads of people are talking about it. Obviously, yeah, we've done that. That's a great little catch up there. Linwood, Americans will be shots. Right, I've done all that. So that's good. There's loads more coming on this story. Watch this space. Don't forget, please go and have a look at this video. 2020, the Ultimate Red Pill, English version. I might even put it in the comments of this. I think that's what I'll do. Right, back onto here. Back onto my favourite page. I'm still there. That says stop recording. I like it. Have a wonderful evening. Chin chin. Let's hope this video stays up on YouTube. Otherwise, you know where I am.